Beetle. Now this drone has a full DJI unit. It weighs under 250, very small, it's very discreet, not very loud. These are not the props it came with, but these props, you know, the props that came with it, I guess they were more aggressive. I think they were 25s, but they were a different kind of plastic. These are HQ or Gym Fams, I can't remember, but they're a little less aggressive and I get a little less jello. My two complaints with this drone is one, the jello, and all you got's the DJI camera, which takes an SD card. It's a great beginner drone. It's almost impossible. I think this was the second drone I bought, bind and fly, FPV. Look how short the arms are. I mean, you really got to hit it hard to break it. I've wrecked it so many times. I've never replaced a single part on this except for propeller. So you get the jello, which that camera mount's a little soft. You could probably rig something up to make that better. And then getting a battery strap on here, and I've said this before, on some of my drones, I just use tie wrap. And look at that. That battery is on there. That battery's not going anywhere. The other issue I had a couple times when I first got it was the XT30 connector. The wires would stick out a little bit. They weren't really secured to anything, and the props would come around and hit them. CNHL batteries, they have a long wire going to the connector. They fit right on this drone. This is a 650 3S. I fly 3S. I'm not a crazy ACRO basher. For a beginner, this drone's great. It binds right up. It has a USB-C for the flight controller, which actually has, like, I think 5 free UARTs. So you could add a lot to it, but there's not much room to add anything. It flies great on a 3S 650. This battery's perfect. The other thing is, if you were to like destroy the drone, that flight controller is pretty good, and you could use it on another small drone. I mean, like I said, I think it has 5 UARTs, plugs in with a USB-C, which is very convenient. Then over here, your USB-C for your DJI is very accessible. And put maybe some less aggressive props, or if you want to do freestyle, use the original. Just beware of the originals. If you hit a twig or anything, they just crumble, they just break. I mean, one time I was doing a power loop with the original props, and I was halfway through the flip and I could hear a crack, and the drone, I was probably 50-60 feet in the air, fell, smashed into the grass. Luckily it's got a lot of grass on it. Now when you use this tie wrap thing, like I said in earlier videos, I live right by a Harbor Freight. I can buy a giant bag of these tie wraps for like $3. The drone just sits there, you know, flat. So what I usually do is I set it right on top of my car. I just reach out of my car window and set it up there, and I launch it right out of my car. And generally I sit in the car and fly it. You're not getting the best signal, so I don't go too far. Or sometimes I just open the door and stand there in the door. It's pretty discreet. Now today I was flying it at this park at lunchtime, and there was somebody going down this bicycle path, and I kind of followed them a little bit, and I was flying around. I got off the trail and flying over the park and just having fun. And then all of a sudden I noticed there's a cop coming down that bicycle trail. Then I noticed there's another cop. So I landed the drone, and I thought they were gonna do a pinch on me or something, but I wasn't really doing anything wrong other than flying this little drone, which really looks like a toy, but it's not a toy. And well, I think they probably were chasing somebody from another location, and he took to the trail. And they were looking for him because they didn't pay any attention to me. But I just picked up the drone, popped it in the car, and drove off, and nobody bothered me. But you know, it's urban flying. When you live in the city, you know, you got to have things ready to go, launching off the roof of your car or whatever you can do. You do a quick pack and you're out of there, because there's always people around, cops, dog walkers, park rangers, maintenance guys, just do-gooders, nosy people, kids come running up to you. Something about drones. But this one's a lot of fun. And if you are a total beginner and don't know how to fly ACRO, this is a safe bet. Buy some extra props. You can wreck this. I would go over grass, but you can wreck it a lot of times. It's very well put together. And chances are all you have to do is change props and you'll be back in the air again doing some more practice. This thing will do flips and rolls and every trick. Really, it really will. Especially if you put a 4S battery in it, but I like 3S. It's a little bit lighter and I get a little more flight time out of it. I'll let you see the flight. And like, again, I'm not an expert pilot, but I have a lot of fun doing it.